Arsenal for Europa, man. Lifetime contract for Arsene Wenger. It's done. It's happening. Hey, I'm Adrian and welcome to Rabona TV. We're covering every single match that occurred in the Europa League yesterday and bringing you all the juicy stats and figures. If that sounds cool to you, then consider subscribing and join the discussion below because we do it for all leagues. Well, the top 5 at least on the weekend and the Champions League. I told you, man, FC Salzburg isn't playing around this season, and Borussia Dortmund learned just that when they hosted the Austrian club yesterday. This was Salzburg's first win on German soil from their 5th attempt, and it was Dortmund's first time losing to an Austrian opponent. How did it happen? Well, just after the half, Dortmund defender Toprak called down He Chan Huang in the box, and Velon Berisha slotted home the ensuing penalty. Not the strongest penalty call ever, I'll be honest with you, but then again, Toprak was stupid for having his hands all over Huang. Just 7 minutes after that, a squared ball by Stefan Lehner found Berisha yet again, whose inch-perfect shot kissed the bar just a little bit on the way in. This match played right into Salzburg's hands as they relied on their defensive capabilities to hit Dortmund on the break. In fact, with Dortmund dominating possession, they only forced Salzburg keeper Alexander Wack to make one save. He couldn't keep out Andre Schürrle's bundled goal, however, as Dortmund clawed one back to breathe life into this tie. A 2-0 loss at home would have been disastrous, and while it does still spell trouble for them as they go away to a team that hasn't lost since August, this tie isn't done and dusted yet, not even close. I still expect Salzburg to get the job done with some better chance creation from Dortmund, maybe, and they could maybe just nick it. I don't know. It's really hard to say though. I don't really believe in Dortmund right now. Alright, AC Milan versus Arsenal, and we gotta give props to Arsenal because they handled this European away fixture quite nicely in front of the Milan fans. Milan were unbeaten in 2018 coming into this, but they certainly didn't look like a team that hadn't lost since December at all. They looked clueless and lifeless in the attack. They only had one shot on target, and there were holes galore in their defense for Arsenal to exploit, especially in the first half. And in that first half, Henrik Mkhitaryan scored his first Arsenal goal. He loves playing in Europe, doesn't he? As 7 of his last 9 goals have come in European competitions. And he almost scored a copycat of his first goal later on in the half as he once again cut inside from the left, but his shot went off the bar. No matter though, as in the first half stoppage time, Ozil picked up his second assist of the night when he sent Aaron Ramsey in clear on goal, who calmly rounded Donnarumma and slotted it into the empty net to make it 2-0. Damn. The second half yielded no goals, and although Gattuso had Milan improved compared to their first half showing, Arsenal still looked far more comfortable than they should have been considering the form they're in and the fact that they're away in Europe. So, Milan suffered their first defeat in 14 matches, and it's gotta be Wenger in now, right? I mean, come on! But seriously, it would be so like him to go on and win this trophy and then use that to justify him getting another 6 years added to his Arsenal contract. But this isn't over. Arsenal haven't won a European home knockout round match since 2012. Seems like they don't like their home support in Europe very much. CSKA Moscow versus Lyon as the Russians look to take advantage of playing the first match at home. But it went about as badly as it could have, with them losing 1-0 to Lyon. It was a bad day for Russian teams. Just wait for later. Lyon goalkeeper Anthony Lopes did well to stop Leicester flop Ahmed Musa, who's back at CSKA on loan. That stop opened the door for Lyon to snatch a good away result as Memphis Depay's corner found the head of Marcelo, who scored his 3rd goal of the season, his first in the Europa League. Other than that, there's not much to say in this one. Lyon did everything they needed to put themselves in good standing for the return leg at home. By the way, the Europa League final is being held in Lyon, so they have a little extra incentive to make the final with a rare chance to play a European final in your own stadium. How many times can I say final in this video, let alone this segment? And just going back to how it was a bad day for Russian teams, Lokomotiv Moscow went away to Atletico Madrid, and not even the twin powers of Alexei and Anton Miranchuk could get them any sort of consolation from this match. Hell, they barely even had a shot on target as Lokomotiv only tested Axel Werner once all match. Maybe that's for the best though, from an Atletico point of view, as that was Werner's first appearance on European soil. Anyway, Saul Niguez scored this stunning goal, but where was the pressure, Locomo? Everyone was just standing off of him. Well, Atletico's domination continued, but it wasn't until just after the half that they found their next goal, courtesy of Diego Costa, who tucked away Antoine Griezmann's rebound. Atletico's 3rd came through Koke, assisted by Juan Fran. By the way, for the first time in his career, Juan Fran picked up 2 assists Mind you, the first one was a fortunate assist given the nature of Saul's goal. I feel like this tie is pretty much over given how Atletico may have let the title slip away this weekend in La Liga and the fact that they are so stingy defensively, so they really want to play for this one. I can't see Lokomotiv turning this around, nor can I see Lokomotiv keeping Atletico off of the score sheet in the return leg next week. I think this one's done. Thankfully for Sporting Clube de Portugal fans, they were able to keep Plzeň off the score sheet completely, which, considering they have as good a chance of winning the Liga NOS as we do, Benfica, that bodes well for their season. Sporting absolutely dominated this one, as they outshot the Czech side 21-6 with 6 on target for Sporting. Plzeň keeper Hruška was solid in goal, but when you face so many shots and some of which are from point blank, you can't do it all. Some of them are going to beat you. One of said shots came from Freddy Montero, the man who left Sporting to go around the world and back again, as he calmly brought down Fabio Contrang's cross in first half stoppage time and hit it past a stranded Hruška. Then a few minutes after the half, Montero struck again in the 49th minute. Those were her second and third goals for Sporting since his return in January. He'll be a good backup for Bas Dost. And that's about it for this one. Victoria Plzeň only had 1 shot on target and under 40% of possession, so Sporting fans have got to be happy with the ease in which their team dealt with them. That was Jorge Jesus' 35th win in the Europa League, as he draws level with Rafa Benitez for 4th in all-time Europa League wins for a manager. Marseille vs Athletic offered up lots of goals, and I'm sure there were a few fans that were left frustrated that they hadn't taken to their seat on time, as Lucas Ocampos converted from a Florian Thauvin pass after just 44 seconds of play. Hell, Athletic didn't even seem ready, let alone the spectators. In fact, Athletic weren't ready for a while after that. At least their defense wasn't, as mistake after mistake occurred, giving Marseille chances until Dimitri Payet smashed home a second goal in the 14th minute. It's a shame though, not that they scored, but the build-up to this goal was so beautiful and then it was foiled by Athletic's defenders, but found its way to Payet all the same. But the build-up, man, was poetry. Nice one-touch football, beautiful. That was Payet's first goal in Europe since February 26, 2009, over 9 years ago. A little controversy struck when the referee changed his original decision to not give a penalty when the 5th official on the end line said that it should be a handball in the box. I disagree with this call, however, as Rami kept his arm against his body when he was blocking the shot, but it was given, and Neritz Aderiz converted with a cheeky dink past Mandanda. Can't stop scoring in the Europa League. It sort of felt like at that point, oh man, that's unfortunate if the pendulum swings in Bilbao's favor from an incorrect penalty call, but no. Marseille came out flying again in the second half, and Ocampos completed his brace with a shot that just trickled past Herrerin. Marseille really dominated this one, and I thought that Bilbao would have put up a little bit more of a fight. Now, as far as the return leg next week goes at the San Mamés, I don't see much hope for Bilbao. It goes against my prediction, but I guess they are 14th now in La Liga for a reason. And with Thauvin finally performing for Marseille in Europe, hey, good luck. The other Red Bull team in the competition, Die Roten Bullen, well, after limping their way past Napoli, they looked pretty good against Zenit, outshooting them 16-8 and absolutely dominating them possession-wise. And their efforts were rewarded in the 56th minute when Timo Werner unleashed a devastating backheel into Bruma's path, who finished off the play quite nicely. 20 minutes later, Naby Keita provided Liverpool fans with even more to get excited about, as he split 2 defenders and then sent an inch-perfect through ball for Werner to dink over the onrushing keeper. Gotta love that term, dink. Everything was going just fine until the 86th minute when Domenico Cressito bent the perfect free kick around the wall and just out of reach of Goulashi's fingertips to get a crucial away goal. They probably didn't really deserve an away goal, but hey, such is life.
You're out of luck, pal.
Going back to St. Petersburg, Zenit have got to be feeling pretty good considering they have won every single match at home in the Europa League thus far. My bet was that experience will see them go through, and considering all they need is a 1-0 win and how we've witnessed this week in the Champions League how important experience is, they've got to be feeling good. And finally, let's take a trip to Rome, well, just outside of Rome, to see how Lazio fared against the visiting Dynamo Kiev. Well, not so well, actually, as this one ended 2-2. 2 away goals. Mind you, we all saw how that went for Spurs, who were in the exact same position that Dynamo find themselves in. 2-2 away, and then taking it home for the second leg. This match was all about the second half. The first half may as well have not have happened. Now, make sure you keep up because in the 52nd minute, Viktor Saigankov scored to put the visitors ahead, but Ciro Immobile said nuh-uh man and pegged it back to 1-1 after finishing off a pass from Felipe Anderson. Anderson wasn't done there though, as he wanted in on the goals again. He's been incredible lately, so he got his buddy Sergei Milinkovic-Savic to supply him with what he needed to make it 2-1. It was all good from there until the pesky Dynamo Kiev brought it level with around 10 minutes to go thanks to Maresh scoring. Damn it, I almost did it without messing up. But hey, I tried. And that was the tale of the match. Besides Dynamo midfielder Garmash picking up a second yellow card, so he will be out for the second leg. I fear for Lazio, as you never really know what you're going to get with them this season. But again, with Ciro in the squad, there's always a chance. By the way, he took his goal haul up to 33, which is a lot of goals, my man. And that was a lot of games, but it was all of the games. We're done here, folks, so you can get back to your day, whatever it is you may be doing. Thanks as always for watching. My name is Adrian. I hope you enjoyed yourself and that you enjoy your weekend.